TIFU by saying fuck you to my mother-in-law after Thanksgiving dinner.
This happened yesterday, but a bit of background first. 10 years ago my dad died from Alzheimer's. It was incredibly painful to watch him forget me over time and to watch his body slowly shut down. He eventually forgot how to breathe, and that's what killed him. I was there and watched him take his last breath. He was the only person in my life who was there for me after years of abuse, but that's a story for a different post. Onward to Thanksgiving Day yesterday. We were having a fairly easygoing day until my wife brought up workers striking for Thanksgiving. We are both very liberal and her parents are far-right Trump supporters. They believe in the big lie and are anti-vax, COVID is a myth kind of people. The debate was spirited and I was genuinely enjoying it until my milk-old Biden dementia Joe. It felt like someone slapped me in the face. She said it with such glee and thought it was so funny.
It didn't sit right with me to hear someone use dementia in such a derogatory fashion, and I called her out on it. She doubled down. I asked her to please stop. She tripled down. I finally had enough and said this was bullshit, shoved away from the table and started to walk away. Then she said it again. Something inside me snapped. I spun around and told her that my dad died from dementia, that I watched him take his last breath. I wanted to tell her how much her words were hurting me, but she gave me this smug and condescending smile. So I yelled fuck you. Then her twin sister's husband jumped in and told me to watch my mouth or he'd deal with me. I spun on him and told him to fuck off, then I stormed out of the house. Apparently, my father-in-law then asked everyone to leave. So my family, wife and kids, went back to our place along with 2 of my sisters-in-law and 2 of my wife's cousins. They were all in agreement with me, but I still felt like shit. Still do. I feel like an asshole and that I let everyone down, including myself. I'm a very easygoing person and I think this was a shock for everyone. Lol. Way out of character for me. I'm just glad all the kids were upstairs playing when everything happened. TLDR, my mother-in-law said something hurtful on Thanksgiving and after she doubled down I told her fuck you and ruined an otherwise festive Thanksgiving. Edit, a word.
Sounds like Thanksgiving ended with a group of people that love each other.
How does your wife feel? TBH, it sounds like that's exactly what your mill was going for. She sounds toxic.
That was most definitely not a TIFU. She crossed too many lines there. Yeah, I don't blame you there. She deserved that. It sounds like these people should be cut off. If it were my parents saying that to my partner I would be. I'm sorry for your loss op.
Nah, fuck her. She 200% earned that.
Don't you dare feel bad. You tried numerous times to stop that situation. She kept pushing because she liked how it made you feel. She wanted that reaction. She owes you and the whole family an apology. I know how hard it can be to hold your tongue in those situations, but I am proud of you for sticking up for you and your father. She is not entitled to outright disrespect you for her own pleasure. My mom passed from dementia 2 years ago. Took about 7 months for her to shut down completely. I helped my dad change her diapers. Something you'll never forget, or really fully recover from. Had it been me in your position, I wouldn't have been as composed. Keep your head up. People think they understand, but they really don't because they've never been through it.
Sounds like a real bitch. Deep down inside you know that felt good and it was justified.
It sounds like you are more upset with yourself for letting it get the best of you rather than what you actually said. You are perfectly within your rights with voicing your opinion. They are perfectly within their rights to ask you to leave their home when they no longer want you there. If your issue is with how you reacted and how you said it, then you can certainly apologize by saying you are sorry for how you conveyed your feelings in the heat of the moment, but that you stand behind the substance of your disagreement with what she said. You consider her actions disrespectful, and that you are perfectly fine never setting foot in their house if you can't be mutually respectful and discuss things open-mindedly like adults. Tell her that you are willing to do so and take the high road. You aren't going to change her opinion ever, and certainly not by giving in to her provocations with yelling and name-calling. She's just going to feed off of that. Tell her that her actions are what's going to dictate whether any relationship with you goes forward and what it will look like. You can only change how you are behaving if it bothers you. But put that portion of the responsibility on her that should rightly fall on her. You Gucci. She tripled down to own the libs, and like most people with that attitude, they will cut their noses off just to spite their faces. Your wife is in your corner and that's all that matters. The in-laws can see their grandkids via FaceTime. So how did your wife's twin react? If this was in our AITA, you'd be reassured by many that you are indeed not the asshole. Fuck people that use disability as a punchline. My girlfriend and I are both on disability for legitimate reasons. And it bothers the fuck out of me when people joke about the things that ultimately hold either her or myself back. She quadrupled down her smug behavior. You called her out on it and left. She's toxic AF op. Never let others mistreat you like that. You warned her she was smashing a boundary and she continued. Your reaction was in line. I'm so glad you told her about herself. I have a mother-in-law like this as well and I cussed her out last year. My partner and I are no contact and have been so happy. This is a helpful reminder to everyone within earshot that the adage, you have to put up with them because they're family, is just not true. If you want to not go to holiday events populated with racist fascists and you are over 18, you are under zero obligation to do so. Fuck her and you should have punched the uncle in the face. What a fucking garbage bitch. I'd never talk to her again. I feel sorry for your wife and kids. Not your fuck up at all emo. When someone tries deliberately to hurt and offend you, it's not unreasonable to be hurt and offended. You didn't ruin Thanksgiving. She did. Sadly, she won't see it that way.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.